Let's take a look at this equation. You are adding the rational equations in solving for what value of x is. Your goal is to get the denominators to be the same. Okay, once the denominator is the same, we can cross it out. Okay, I'm looking at 7x, I'm looking at 3, I'm looking at 3x. If I look at the coefficients itself, I can say my common denominator is 21. Okay, all three of them is going to be 21. Let me erase that. So that's 21. And then equals to 21, okay? Also, there's a variables involved. So I always take the highest variables, okay? In this case is x, okay? So my common denominator, my lowest common denominator is 21x, okay? If once I do that, I'm looking at this from 7x to 21x, all I do is multiply by 3. Okay, what I do to the bottom, I will multiply to the top. So I multiply the bottom by 3, I multiply the tops by 3, that should give me a 12. Okay, over here, and I have 21x. In order for me to get from 3x to 3 to 21x, I multiply by 7x. Okay, what I do on the bottom, I will need to do it on the top. Okay, and 3x to 21x, I multiply by 7. So 7 times 7 will give me 49. Okay, now all my denominator are the same. Okay, if they are the same already, I can get rid of that. Okay, you only allowed to get rid of denominator when all of the terms are equals, are the same. Okay, so now you have 12 on top, 7x, and then 49. Okay, so now I solved that equation. There's no denominator anymore. I did not change the equation. I only make it simple so I can solve it. 49, 7, and then 37. Okay, now I divide them by 7 on both sides. So x in this case is 37 over 7. Okay, let's look at the second one. I have 5 divided by y equals to 6 divided by y squared equals to minus 6. Since I deal with fractions, I want to fill this up with a 1. Okay? Again, my goal is to get the denominators to be the same. This case, my coefficient on the denominator is a 1. Okay? I'm going to have a 1. I'm going to have a 1. And then I'm going to have a 1. Okay, I'm looking at the highest variables. In this case, that will be the y square. So my common denominator in this case is y square. Y square and y square. Okay, so like as before, I wanted to know from here to here that I did multiply by y. If I do in the bottom, I'm going to do it on the top. From here to here, I did not do anything. I just multiplied by 1. So that stays as 6. Okay. From here to here, I multiply by y1. Y square. Then meaning it's going to be 6y square. Okay. Then once the denominator is the same, I cross it out. What I have left is 5y equals to 6 minus 6y squared. Okay, now I have the quadratic. How do I know it's quadratic? Because it is the highest exponent. What I want to do is I want to combine everything on one side. Okay, a lot of you guys get used to everything on the left side. So let me go ahead and bring everything to the left. I'm going to bring 6y squared. And that's 6. So that's going to be a minus 6. Okay, what I do on the right, I'm going to do exactly as on the left. So I should have 6y squared plus 5y minus 6 equals to 0. Okay, so I have a quadratic. Okay, remember we learned this. A times c, which is 6 times negative 6, give me a negative 36. B terms is 5. Two numbers are multiplied together to give me a negative 36. Oh, but add up to a 5, so that should be 4. Okay, now what I have is 6y squared, negative 4y, 9y, and then negative 6. GCF, that's going to give me 3y, 2y, negative 4, and then that's 3. Okay, so I should have 2y plus 3, 3y minus 4 equals to 0. Zero product property. Three y minus, oh, it's not minus 4, it's minus 2. So y should be negative 3/2. Y should give me 2/3. Okay, let's say you're giving this equations. Okay, you can think of cross products if you want. Once I put a 1 over it, you can think of cross products. Okay, or you can find the denominator, same process. Okay, cross product's gonna give me d plus 6 equals 1 times d plus 11. Okay, now I have FOIL. So I'm going to have, on the left side, I have d squared plus 3d plus 6d plus 18. On the left, I keep it the same. So let's see, I have d squared plus 9d plus 18. D plus 11, it is quadratic, so I want to bring this side right here to the left by subtracting D, subtracting 11. Remember, your like term is very important. The D is next to the D, the 11 is next to the 11. Okay, that should give me a 0. D squared plus 8D plus 7. Okay, now since the d squared terms has the coefficient that is 1, so I don't have to do the box method. I just go ahead and do this. Plus 7 plus 1. Okay, and then I'm going to have d plus 7 equals to 0. D plus 1 equals to 0. Negative 7 and d equals to negative 1. Okay, on number 3, they said, here's an application. They said, one water, the paint, they're talking about paint. So it said one hose can fill up to 12 hours. Okay, and another hose, the paint, individually, they're looking at 8 hours. Okay, now they said, now if we want to work together, how long will that take? Okay, when you see scenarios like this, okay, you're gonna say, if I work individually in another hose, and then make sure when I work together, okay, individually, I work 12 hours. For each job, for that particular job, I'm looking at 12 hours, okay? At that same job, if another person's doing it, I'm looking at 8 hours, okay? Now, if I want to compare the same job, how long will that take? Okay, remember the one on top is representing one job. Okay, the one at the bottom tells you how long it takes. Okay, finding the common denominator, I'm looking at 96. I'm looking at 96. I'm looking at 96. Okay, and there's letter T. There's not a letter T. There's not a letter T. Okay, from 12 go to 96. T, I have 8T. From 8 to 96, I have T, I have 12T. From 96, T to 96 to take me 96. Okay, once that denominator is the same, I cancel it out. Okay, so I have 8T plus 12T equals 96. 20T, 96. So T is therefore give me 4.8 hours. Okay, individually, each one take longer time. Okay, for the first person, it takes 12 hours. For the second person, to do it individually, that person worked a little bit faster, so it's 8 hours. But if both of them are combined together with the same job of painting, okay, it's only take them 4.8 hours. If you have problems like this, as I said before in problems 2, you can always finding using the proportion, find the cross products. Or what you can also do is finding the common denominator. If you have the common denominators to be different like this, I just multiply together. Okay, what I do on the bottom is what I do on the top. Okay, so if I were to look at this, the bottom will be B plus 2, B minus 2. Again, if you want to do cross products, you can certainly do cross product. Okay, B minus 2. What I do on the bottom, meanings for the first terms, I multiply by that. For the second terms, I multiply by that. Okay, so on the top I have B minus 2. On the top I have B plus 2. Okay, it's exactly the same thing. Now they have the same thing, so I just cross it out. So I should have 3B minus 2, 5B plus 2. Distributive property. Okay, now I combine like terms. I always want to be have a positive B, so I take the 3 B's to the other side, give me 2. And I'm taking the 10 back over there to give me minus 16. And then, therefore, B would give me negative 8. If you want to check your work, you substitute the negative 8 to both sides and see they're equals to each other. Okay, let's look at these problems. I want to use the cross products for this one just to show it to you. What I want to do is multiply like that. Cross products meanings you multiply across. Okay, so what I have here is 2 times x squared minus 4 equals x minus 2 times x minus 2. Oh, sorry, x minus 4. Okay, so it's going to be here. There I make a little mistakes here. This is a negative 2. So what I have here is 2x squared plus 8. X squared minus 4 minus 2, just give me minus 6 plus 8. It is quadratic. So I want to bring the left side. It's going to be 3x squared plus 6x. 8 and negative 8, that's equals to 0. So it's going to be factoring. I don't have a C term, so I can always factor. They have going to be x minus 2 equals to 0. So 0 product property. X equals to 2. Okay, so I want to check the answer. Earlier, I checked that this should be okay. So if x is 0, over here, if x is 0, x is 0. 0 minus 4 0 minus 4. And then on here, negative 2, x 0 minus 2. So 0, so negative 1, positive 1 equals to positive 1. So 0 will work. So if x is 2, okay, you have 2x minus 4. So meaning 2 minus 4. 2 squared, that's 4, minus 4 equals negative 2. That's 2 minus 2. Negative 4, that's negative 2. That's 0, that's not okay. So you have 2, 0, that's undefined. So therefore, this is an extraneous solution. Okay, so therefore, this is the only solution, and 2 is an extraneous.